After being accused of running a Michael Jackson charity to run a scam, an Indian woman says she wants to set the record straight on her fight to protect the King of Pop's brand.
That's new at 6 tonight.
More than a year after his death, controversy continues to surround Michael Jackson. Last September, Jackson's estate filed a lawsuit against a local woman claiming that she used the late singer's name and likeness without authorization. Now the estate called her a scammer and a fraud.
Well, now she's fighting back and speaking out in an exclusive interview with News Channel 3's Jason Sloss. It is a story you'll only see here on News Channel 3.
Ever since Michael Jackson's death, Melissa Johnson says she has fought to keep one of his beloved charities alive. She says she's also trying to protect the pop star's legacy for his family. But for the last year, she's been locked in a legal battle with Michael Jackson's estate.
And they've been hostile, just vicious, and it seems like no restraint with what they're willing to do to bring us down.
The story begins back in 2003 when Johnson first got involved with Jackson's Heal the World Foundation, which aimed to help the poor and abused.
I just want to be in the background and help him accomplish his worthy goals, because I really thought he could pull it off. Miracles, pull off real change in society with his fame and his influence.
Johnson says after Jackson's legal trouble sidelined the charity, she took over.
He wasn't going to be involved in the day-to-day operations. That's what his management told me. So they were okay with us running the charity. This was a year before he died. And this was his management. Everything we've done, Mr. Jackson knew about it. His management, we worked with his management. We reported to his management.
But shortly after the singer died, Johnson was hit with a lawsuit from his estate, claiming she had no direct ties with Jackson.
We just swooped in after Michael died, and we're just one of the many that are trying to exploit his death for financial and personal gain, which it's devastating.
Brian Oxman has been a Jackson family attorney for more than 20 years. He says Johnson is telling the truth.
She provided me with a whole description of what it was that she wanted to do with Heal the World Foundation. It was a great, big, huge book. It probably was this thick, had all the description in it of all the things. Presented that to Michael. Michael went over it and said, this is fine with him. He had no objection to anything Melissa Johnson did.
The lawsuit claimed Johnson unlawfully obtained names and phrases such as King of Pop, Neverland, and Thriller in order to deceive people and rake in donations. She says it was all done to protect Jackson's legacy.
We bought the Heal the World trademarks only before he died. And it wasn't until after a week after he died and a year of begging the new Jackson management to preserve his trademarks that we finally said, enough is enough. After a week after he died and they still weren't doing anything, and people are out bootlegging Michael Jackson merchandise all over the world, we went in and we acquired as many of the Jackson-related trademarks as we could.
Johnson says estate executors didn't have an interest in the charity until a $30 million offer came in for one of the trademarks.
The estate has been hijacked by strangers.
Oxman says even today, the Jackson family is kept out of the loop by executors. People he says Michael Jackson did not like and even tried to fire.
We have those people who Michael Jackson said, you are no longer part of my life, you are not to have anything to do with me ever again. They are the administrators of his estate.
How does that happen?
I think in the life of Michael Jackson, the rules of logic, the rules of law just don't seem to prevail.
Michael Jackson's estate has reportedly earned nearly $1 billion since his death. Meanwhile, Johnson says she doesn't have the money for the attorney she needs to fight the injunction. But she's not giving up.
I just want to make sure that we're not going to hand over the farm to bad guys who are going to exploit Mr. Jackson in death the same way he was exploited in life.
Jason Sloss, News Channel 3 HD.